Hey guys, it's Eric. Come back at you again with another amazing YouTube video, and today is another Walking Dead video, and obviously...
How the fuck did he punch me?
He's playing Black Ops 3 right now.
Fucking way.
Hey, I started the video. Okay, so this is gonna be Season 7 predictions. What?
Sever?
Yep. He's playing Black Ops 3, you can obviously hear that. They heard you swearing. Okay, let me move you close. Okay, so these are my oh my gosh, why can't I say that? Season 7 predictions for The Walking Dead. Now, it's going to be a lot of Negan. We know that from the comic book, and we know that from the finale, and from the controversy. The cliffhanger. First episode, we will see who Negan has killed. I don't think they're going to put it off anymore, and the main reason why I think that is because somebody put it this way, and it was really interesting, that the reason why they did the cliffhanger is if they kill a big character and the fans don't like it, they're going to have the rest of that season to make it up, or if they kill a small character and the fans don't like that, they've still got the rest of the season to make up for that. So that's mainly why, and I think that's why they did a cliffhanger, and that was a really interesting way of putting it. But yeah, in the first episode, we will see who Negan killed. Honestly, if you watch my other video, I want it to be Glenn. I think it will be Glenn, but I also think it may be Eugene, and if you watch my video, I'll leave a link down in the description. It's really elaborate, and I have a lot of points on why it could be, especially with the camera angles and all that stuff. Just go watch the video. It'll be down in the description. Anything you want to add? The fuck?
You talking about me?
Yes.
I don't watch the show.
Because he's trash. He doesn't watch the show because he's trash. But, okay, so... Also, what we could expect from Season 7 is a continued storyline between Daryl and Dwight. Now, obviously, in this season, I don't know really who took his place in the comic book, but Daryl doesn't exist in the comic book, but there is a storyline between Daryl and Dwight that they have to continue. Daryl's mad, he's gonna still want to kill Dwight, and I think throughout Season 7, this will lead to the eventual death of Daryl Dixon. Yes, the death of Daryl Dixon. A lot of people don't like hearing that, but he is a disposable character because he isn't in the comic book, so he can go out anytime. We don't have anything to go off of showing when or where he could die. He is a disposable character. He can die. He could take somebody's place. I don't know. Possibly Negan could even kill him. I really don't think that, though. Yeah, I think Daryl Dixon could possibly die in this season. And then third thing we're going to see a lot of in this season is the awkward dictatorship of Negan's group over Rick's. Now, once Negan kills one of their people, it's not like they just go their separate ways. Negan's going to want to take control of his group, get a portion of his stuff, possibly a way bigger portion because of what they did to him. He really doesn't appreciate them killing his men, because they killed a lot, but not nearly as many as how really big Negan's group is. But yeah, it's going to be an awkward relationship throughout the entire couple seasons that I think Negan is going to last for a very long time. But yeah, it's going to be an awkward dictatorship. There's going to be a lot of stress, a lot of just disagreement, but that means that we are going to see probably a lot more deaths, because Rick isn't the one to easily be taken over, because he's been the leader of his group for the longest time. He doesn't listen to anybody. He killed all the Terminites and Terminus. He killed the governor. They've just been through a lot of shit, and he doesn't like being told what to do, which is why they mainly started attacking the survivors, or the saviors. But yeah, we're going to see a lot more of that awkward relationship. And also, what'll be interesting to see is the weird relationship between Negan and Carl. You got to see it in the finale, how he was telling him to lighten up. It's a weird... Negan has a respect for him. He won't kill him. I honestly, personally think that Carl is the only 100% safe character in this universe. Carl can never die, because eventually, if the television show and the comics run that long, there will be an eventual death of Rick Grimes, and Carl, who has grown up in this universe, has seen the good and the bad. He'll know how to decide on what to do. I think Carl will eventually take Rick Grimes' place. I'll make a separate video on that. It'll be named The Death of Rick Grimes. But yeah, so I kind of got off track there, but yeah. Danger of Negan's group means more deaths and the awkward relationship between the dictatorship of Negan's group, the survivors. And do you have anything to add at all whatsoever?
No.
Yep. Okay then. So, another thing we will also see, it happened in the comic book, they may decide to do something different, was Maggie's miscarriage. I'm not sure if it's a miscarriage, but her baby dies, basically. I'm pretty sure, you can correct me in the comments, I've said wrong things in the past, like I thought Ezekiel was gay for some reason. Somebody told me that, but I think what I know from the comic book is that Maggie's has a miscarriage or something, and her baby dies. She loses her husband, Glenn, to Negan, which happens in the comic book. They may decide not to do that in the TV show, but she loses her husband and her baby eventually. So she ends up, like, after Glenn gets killed, she, like, basically tries to kill Rick, but it all works out in the end eventually. But yeah, we may see the miscarriage of Maggie's baby, whatever. Her baby won't survive. I just know that. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Also, what we will eventually see is Dwight eventually joining Rick's group to fight Negan. This happens in the comic book, but I think Dwight tries to kill... He almost kills Carl, but Negan actually has to stop Dwight at some point. I don't really know when this happens, but right after that, Dwight goes behind Negan's back and joins Rick's group and asks to fight Negan alongside Rick's group, which, in the most recent comic book release, actually Dwight was still loyal to Negan and shot Rick in the back with a crossbow, or a bow and arrow, whatever. But, yeah, so we may see that Dwight eventually joining Rick's group to fight Negan. Now, the end of this season will not be the end of Negan. The Governor lasts for, like, a season and a half. The Terminites, they lasted for a couple episodes. The people at the hospital lasted for a couple episodes. The only really big people that lasted was the Governor. Negan is going to last a lot longer. Negan is a lot worse. He's got a lot more people. And I think in the comic book, he is still around today. We're like 3 years behind the comic book. So, yeah, Negan is going to last a very long time. I think Morgan eventually traps Negan in his cell and makes Negan fixes Negan. I don't know. I've never read the comics. I want to eventually, but I just don't know where to start or where to get them. I don't want to actually get the papers because that would take absolutely too long. I want to see if I can get them online or something. I don't know. Comment down below and tell me if I can get them online. I haven't really looked, but I want to read the comics. But yeah, the end of this season will not be the end of Negan. He will probably last, I wrote here, probably more than 2 entire seasons. I think it will definitely be possibly even more than 3 seasons, depending on how long The Walking Dead lasts. The ratings are strong. There are strong fans, loyal fans. The Walking Dead will be going for a very long time, but eventually everything has to come to an end. Eventually a fan base starts to die out, but it is not happening right now. It is extremely strong. Now that I got all the Negan stuff out of the way, I've got a few more... What? Yep. Okay. Now that I got all the Negan trash out of the way, I can talk about the introduction of the Kingdom. Now, in the finale, we saw the introduction of 2 people. They were riding horses. They had all the armor on. They're actually from the Kingdom. And the leader of the Kingdom is Ezekiel, who has a pet tiger. Now, there have been leaked pictures of this. I'll put a picture up on the screen. I'm not sure if it's legit. It may just be a picture of a freaking tiger, but there have been leaked pictures of the tiger. I don't know the name. I always forget the name of the tiger, but yeah, we are definitely going to see the Kingdom, and I think they work together to eventually bring down Negan, but the Kingdom is also around when a new enemy comes, which is, in my opinion, like, Negan will always be, like, one of the biggest enemies in the series, but, like, there's these people called the Whisperers, and they're on a whole new level of mess up. Negan is pretty bad, but they're on a complete whole new level of mess up. Negan and the Whisperers are both, the Whisperers are more bad in different ways, and Negan is more bad in different ways. It's hard to explain, but the Whisperers, they will eventually come. But the Kingdom, I think, is still around with Rick's group when they come around. But yeah, we will definitely see the Kingdom, Ezekiel, and the Tiger or whatever. Um, so this will be my final thing. In the comics, Ezekiel is actually banging Michonne. So what does that mean for the television series? Because Rick and Michonne just started hitting it off. Now they're like, I don't know, husband and wife. I'm not sure if they plan on having a baby. I hope not, because they really cannot handle having another baby. It's kind of a burden more than a gift. But yeah, I don't think they'll be ending up having a baby. But what does that mean for Ezekiel? Because if he was banging Michonne in the comic books and Rick has him now, I'm pretty sure because the kingdom is supposed to be on Rick's side, so I don't think Ezekiel would end up banging Michonne because that would lead to a disagreement, and Rick would want to kill Ezekiel. I don't know. He's probably gonna have to find somebody else to replace him. I don't know who. Maybe Rosita because she's Abraham dumped Rosita to go with Sasha, so I don't know. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. So hopefully you enjoyed this video of my Season 7 predictions. Tell me if I missed anything. Correct me on anything if I said anything wrong, which I probably did. I always do. Yeah, comment down below if I need to be corrected or if I missed anything. Like, subscribe if you want more. And I hope to see you next time. Keegan is trash.